So let me thank all those people who've been watching the Hillary Clinton documentary. It has 171 views and counting. I also like to thank all those people watching O.J. Simpson Made in America. I also like to thank all those people watching Cafe Society. I would also like to personally thank all those people who've been watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles review. That is great. Let's see if we can grow this channel even further, folks. I would like to thank those people who have been subscribing and commenting. That is really wonderful for them. Thank you. So I would like to apologize how late in the day this film is getting up. Again, I watched it yesterday. I took a day here to really think about my thoughts about this film so that I can really give you an accurate depiction of how I feel about the film. Well, I saw the Wonder Woman trailer for seeing this film. The Wonder Woman trailer looks great. Hopefully it'll make a good film. Compared to this one. Yeah. Oh boy. Suicide Squad, and it's the latest in the DC universe, and this time it's written and directed by David Ayer, thankfully not Zack Snyder. So in the response to the events of Batman vs. Superman, the government comes to realize, yeah, the next Superman may not have or share our values. So Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis, she decides, okay, I'm going to recruit a whole bunch of bad guys. They'll go on some suicidal missions for us, and if it goes wrong, we can throw them under the bus, and we can dangle reduced sentences in front of them. So the first two people that they recruit is Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie, and she's the girlfriend of the Joker, who is played by Jared Leto. Then they recruit Deadshot, played by Will Smith, who's a hitman. I guess he's killed a lot of people. I guess he has a soft spot for his daughter. I guess that's what the government dangles in front of him a lot, I guess. Also joining them is El Diablo, played by Jay Hernandez. He can shoot fire out, basically. That's basically his powers. They also have Killer Croc here, and he's played by the guy who was Mr. Echo on Lost. Again, his name is too complicated to say. They also have Captain Boomerang, played by Jai Courtney. He is a greedy thief who got caught by the Flash. Also have Skip-On, played by Adam Beach, and also they have Katana. Commanding this unit of evil people is Rick Flag, played by Joel Kinnaman. Again, they're called the Suicide Squad, and one of them eventually finds out that if you run away, the government will kill you if you don't do what they want you to do. So what is this plot actually about? Well, it's a very dumb plot, and it involves this 700-year-old witch. She may be older than that, I don't really know. And this witch is called Enchantress. So this witch, who calls herself Enchantress, is, I guess, possesses the spirit of this scientist played by Carla Delevingne, and this spirit, I guess, apparently the government controls her heart, and I guess this all leads to something else I can't really fully explain. And so I guess the witch needs back her heart, I guess, and so to resurrect her brother, who's also equally as old as her, and they want to spread the world in darkness. I guess that's a plot here. Also, there is a subplot involving, the Joker, who is played again by Jared Leto. He wants to reunite with his girlfriend, Harley Quinn. And that's essential, and too bad. I wish that plot, I just wish the Joker was the main plot of this film. So what is actually good about this film? Well, not much. I'll say this. Margot Robbie, she's basically, I would see a whole film dedicated to Harley Quinn. That is one thing I would love to see. She goes all out here. She is what we all are reminded of from the animated series. And it's like, she is balls to the wall. She eats the hog here, and again, that is just how I feel. Viola Davis, I guess, she has a couple of nice scenes, I guess, but again, she's not on screen a whole lot to make really any impact on me, so, again, that's all I can say that's positive. So where do I begin to explain how bad this film begins? Let's start with David Ayer first. See, here's the thing about David Ayer. He's responsible for writing Training Day. He wrote and directed End of Watch. He wrote and directed Fury, which I think should have been nominated for Best Picture. Does David Ayer remind you of a guy who can make a superhero film? Now, I'm just saying, here's the fact that anyone can make a superhero film. It just takes a certain type of person to actually do it. David Ayer is not that person. First and foremost, it's one thing for, like, say, Zack Snyder to imitate Christopher Nolan. It's completely a different thing, though, for David Ayer to imitate both Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan at the same time. Every scene here is shot in the dark with the rain. Again, it's really just, you cannot tell what's going on with this film. One character dies, and it's a badly lit shot here that you can't understand what's happening and how he dies to begin with. Or it's like, let me just say this, and I truly believe maybe this is the case, or maybe it's not truly the case. I believe that David Ayer had a fascinating film on his hands. Maybe that's the case. And then after what happened to Batman vs. Superman, the studio said, do you mind making some of these changes? And the changes weren't all that great, but the studios found themselves thinking, okay, this works better than what David Ayer had. And I can't help but feel, okay, this is a clear case of what studios can and cannot do sometimes, is to make an actual film work sometimes. Then again, this project may have been doomed from the start, and we just didn't really realize it, and the fact that Batman and Superman failed, at the studio finally decided, okay, we're going to rein in what David Ayer had, we'll try to make it better, and then it just ended up being worse possibly, Let me also say this, I've seen a lot of trailers in which there are a lot of bad trailers that end up being good films, and a lot of good trailers end up being a whole lot of bad films. This trailer primarily displays the Joker, and the Joker is in this film for maybe at most 10 minutes. I can't really figure that out if it's, even less than that. And it's like, is Jared Leto a good Joker? I would like to see a Batman film with the Joker in it, and maybe it could be effective. It's like, it's going for a Cesar Romero, Jack Nicholson type of Joker. And, he's not a Heath Ledger Joker, because the Heath Ledger Joker was there to unsettle you, and it's like, here it's like, again, he could be creepy, but it's like, he's going for like an over-the-top effect, and it's like, but again, he's in there for a few scenes, and he's gone for a vast majority of the film. I guess we're all supposed to, feel sorry for these people, or try to have some character development with these people, but it's like, I really don't care about any of them, or there are too many characters, with the exception of Harley Quinn, who's really fleshed out and developed here. So, here's another thing. They're trying to, say, here's Will Smith, he's a fleshed out, totally developed character, but it's like he's bad, he shot all these people, but he's a hard goal for his daughter. Here's the thing. Will Smith was a bad guy in Hancock, and trust me, I hated Hancock, but at least in Hancock there was something to go by. It's like, here's the thing. The world is literally ending, and they're in a bar having a drink, and again, the world's literally ending. And it's like supposed to be some character bonding moment, and it's like, no, I don't find them bonding, Also, Cara Delevingne, God bless Cara Delevingne, but it's like, okay, she's a scientist. Do you really believe Cara Delevingne could be a scientist? I don't. So here's another thing I want to ask. If your girlfriend was possessed by a several hundred-year-old witch, would you date her? Or at least sleep with her? Because Rick Flag here he's in a relationship with a scientist who's possessed by the witch here, and the government controls her heart, and that way it could be a kill switch for the witch, but it might kill the scientist. It's like, again, I wouldn't necessarily be a boyfriend of this character. It's one of the most bizarre things I've ever really seen in a film. I also like to say this, there clearly needs to be a head guy in charge of the DCU, because if Zack Snyder is being the head of the DCU, and that means we're in a severe amount of trouble here, because I like Zack Snyder. I think he must be come across as a very nice guy, but again, it's like, he's no Kevin Feige, and yes, there are a couple of real big singers from the Marvel Cinematic Universe that includes Iron Man 2, and I'm sorry, I don't particularly care for the Thor films, but clearly, again, I'm hopeful for Wonder Woman. But again, the DC Universe is in severe trouble here. I just hope they can get their act together. So guys, despite, having one really great performance in Margot Robbie, this film is just like, what in the hell am I watching here? What specifically, the action scenes are nonsensical, the plot is nonsensical, but given the fact that Margot Robbie's performance is actually quite interesting, I'm giving this a ranking of drunk. Like, only see it when you're drunk here, folks, because it's like, hey, I'm watching a superhero film, man, and it's like, it's so off the chain. Yeah. So what did you think about Suicide Squad? Did you happen to love this film? Do you happen to not care for this film at all? You know, comment below, folks. Let me know. And as always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, and enrich yourself with knowledge, because otherwise you're going to be left in the dark. And, you know, hopefully the Wonder Woman film may actually be better. Thank you.